Hey guys, we're back with what's sold for Monday. So a pretty good sales day today. This is my beautiful wife, Linda. I'm Cameron. We're going to go over what's sold today in our online business. Some pretty good items here. I don't know what the total is, but definitely happy to see some stuff move out. Only one really kind of pain shipping thing for Linda too. So how did we do today?
So today we actually did 11 sales for just under $410.
All on eBay. So
All
nothing
on
on the
eBay.
other platforms. Let's see.
Maybe. I don't know. We got a counter offer battle going with this guy on Poshmark.
Counter back at 45. Okay, let's get into the eBay stuff though. First item.
First item, we have a 0203 Honda CRV, which we literally sold over the weekend. So
We've
here's
sold
another
5
one.
or 6, so this might be our 6th one.
People want this one. So it sold for $76.50 shipped.
Funny thing about, there's a guy who's been watching this, and he's made me offers for like $50 or $40 throughout the process. And he just sent me a message the other day, and he goes, well, since you still have them left and they haven't sold, how about you give me a good deal on it? And I'm like, nah, bro, because I know they're going to sell. I don't even know if I have any left, maybe one more. But either way, they keep selling, so why take less?
Yep. Next up, we got a PSP game. This is SpongeBob Volume 1, sold for $23 and some change.
That was from the death pile. Oddly enough, guys, this isn't a game. This is actually a video, so it's a PSP video. So we've...
It's the first season
volume 1
episodes.
So basically, some of the PSP UMD videos do sell. We sold another one the other day for $10. So a lot of them don't have a lot of value, but some of them do. So keep an eye out.
Next up, we got this Shark Dirt Dust canister, and that sold for $35 shipped.
Off a little $5 Shark vacuum right there. Boom.
That one's definitely a lot smaller than the other one.
I like these ones because they're pretty compact. So even though you pay a little bit for shipping, it still is not as big as like the big Dysons. Yeah. And we sold the head on this one for $40, the little nozzle thing, or the main little unit, for $45. Again, only $5 for the vacuum. Then
from our little bargain discount store that we get the deodorant from, this is a Flora Super 8 probiotic, sold for $18 shipped.
$18, and that was probably $3 or $4. It'll go first class.
Then we got a Black & Decker Quick and Easy food processor lid with the chute and the pusher, and that sold for $27 shipped. That one will be a little more difficult because it's got that
little lip down the side.
The lip on the side.
So it's cheap, but it's just going to go in a pretty big box. Usually they're just this one round unit going up, so it's a little bit like an 8x8 or a 10x10 box work for them perfectly.
Then we got a reel-to-reel for you. This is Klebanov Strings Once Upon a Summertime, sold for $32 shipped.
We don't sell reel-to-reels often. They're definitely not a hot item.
But when we do.
Yeah, we sold them. And that's pretty good. I usually pay $1 or $2 maybe max. And I have a whole stack of them. I probably got like 12 left. But I've sold through some of them pretty quickly, and then every once in a while some. And this was a repeat buy or no?
No.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought I had maybe I had an offer today from a repeat buyer. One of these items may have been. Who knows? I like that little thing though, the repeat buyer. Anyways.
Yeah. Next up, we got Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides on Blu-ray, and that sold for $6.60.
Probably someone bought it because like pro Johnny right now after he won. So, anyways.
Then we've got, this is probably because of the movie. This is a Top Gun costume. It's an adult flight suit, and it sold for $34 shipped.
And that was $5.
I can just imagine the guy going out and getting the stash going on.
I don't know. When I bought that, I don't even think I knew about the movie. I just bought them like, yeah, maybe around Halloween someone will buy it. And then the movie came out, and it's obviously
probably going to be big this year.
Yeah, it's been huge, this movie, so like a lot of nostalgia.
For Halloween, it's probably gonna. So if you got anything Top Gun.
Yeah.
And next up, at a $700 manual buy, we have a 97 to 98 Honda CRV. And that one sold for $81 shipped.
Yep.
Then this one, at a $700 manual buy, is a 02 Acura 3.2 TL supplement, sold for $25 and some change.
So this manual, we sold it already. It was shipped to the guy, and the guy's address was wrong. So he gave me negative feedback at first because it didn't get delivered. Then he looked at the thing and it said return to sender because of the addressee or whatever. And he went ahead and he opened a case. I refunded him because it's already on its way back, and he already left me the negative. So I'm just like, get this guy out of here. The dude ended up buying the same manual again because we have multiple of them. And I think he changed the address. So I'm going to ship it to him because I didn't think he would probably do that. I am going to reach out and say, dude, you made the mistake. Can you adjust the negative? Because you left them kind of unfairly, but either way.
And then our last sale is a Beatles cassette. And that one sold for $20 shipped.
All right, 20 bucks. So pretty happy with that. I bought a stack of cassettes for $2. All the Beatles went in there, and this one paid for everything. That's all we got. Maybe something else will come through on Posh. We'll see. We have like I said, a little counter offer going back and forth. But we'll be back in the next clip with what sells on Tuesday for sure. Take care. Hey guys, we're back with the sales for Tuesday. This is Linda. You guys already saw the first clip where we sold some stuff yesterday. We sold some more stuff today in our online business. I guess our buddy Zane. Want to be in the video?
Oh, you're getting heavy, dude. Say hi.
This is Zane. He's 4. What do you like to do?
What's your favorite kind of car?
Did I tell them?
What is
the truck?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character?
Blaze.
Blaze?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to stay here or you going to say bye?
Say bye.
Okay, say bye. Okay. So how did we do today?
So today we had 8 sales for just under $450.
Another good day on eBay. Cannot complain at all. Let's go into it. First item.
First up, we have this Bernina accessories box. It's a case with presser feet.
And some thread spools and everything. But mostly these little feet are the most valuable thing there.
Yeah.
The lid's a little wonk on it, so I just had a rubber band to hold it down.
Yeah. But this set sold for $115 shipped.
I think that was like $3 or $4 at a estate sale. So they didn't have the sewing machine, just had this piece. Maybe someone already bought it, but that worked out for me.
We will take it. Next up, this is at a camp 2022. This is a pair of HP inks. It's a 950XL and a 951XL. Black
Sealed?
and color, both sealed. And those sold for $90 shipped.
I think there was a $3. So $3 and a 90. Look out for ink. One of them is expired. I think one of them may not be, but either way, definitely happy with that one.
Yeah. Then next up, we got a Cuisinart Pro Classic Bowl from the DLC 10, sold for $34 shipped.
We sold a lid the other day, I think, for a food processor. So
yeah,
we've been selling a lot of food kitchen items. Where did this...
It's on top of the thingy, the game.
I just listed this last night. It's a little tiny guy.
This is a Logitech unifying USB nano receiver dongle, and it sold for $9 shipped. That's that.
Always sells. People. It goes to those little wireless mouses.
That's the one you always lose. I mean, look how small that thing is.
So it always sells.
Next up, we have NASCAR 15 for PS3, disc only.
It's the Victory Edition.
Victory Edition. Sold for $40.50 shipped.
I was surprised this one had some value. It just came in a big lot of PlayStation stuff, but $40.
And look at that. It's, I mean, look, it's in the GameStop case and everything.
Yeah,
It's like there's nothing to it.
Could have bought it for $18 as a pro member. Would have been a good investment.
Then next up we have a Graco Snug Ride Snug Lock infant car seat base. They do get expensive, especially when you have multiple children and multiple car seats. But we did sell that one specifically for $55.
And I know you're like not really supposed to sell car seats. I saw that people were selling the bases. This one appears to be new. It's still in the original plastic, but I don't know about that. So you may want to do some research.
Not only that, but you do want to check the manufacturing date. Anything after 7 years should not be used. If you do find a car seat that comes into your possession and it's past the 7 years, the best thing to do is cut those straps and toss that thing out because it is no longer safe.
Supposedly.
By California law.
I understand that.
Next up, we have added the $700 manual buy a 2002 to 4 Acura RSX manual, sold for $127.50 shipped.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. And last but not least, we have this Sega Game Gear handheld console. It is for parts or repair only because it don't work.
Yeah, it shows power, but the screen's black. It won't change it all, and then sometimes the power shows that it's not working. I got it for $10 with some a couple games, some manuals, and different stuff. And
it sold for $40 shipped.
I got a bunch of other listings for little stuff that came with it. So we'll probably make $60, $70 when it's all said and done, but $40 on this guy. So. And that's it. We got a couple things pending payment. We'll see if they come through. I don't know. I have my doubts, but either way, we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll both be back in the next video with what sells tomorrow, or maybe Linda will be back with something that sells. Oh,
we did, yeah. So not yesterday, but the night, yeah, technically yesterday. It sold in the early morning. Somebody bought a vintage Adidas hat. It was pretty cool because it had the green kind of like suede feel. Bill was suede, and then it was a black hat, and that sold for
24, I think.
Yeah, $24 shipped. They asked that we ship it out because it was a gift, and it didn't seem like a drop shipper gift message.
I think it was actually a gift. They wanted it by Friday, so we shipped it out right away. That way it was there. And then we also sold last night.
Hula Girl, one of those cutesy ones like you see on
the dashboard.
Yeah, like on Lilo and Stitch when they're driving the semi truck, the little hula.
That was from the Hirsch #2 buy, I remember.
Yes.
That sold for
$18 shipped.
$18. So I've never sold a Hula Girl before, like on the Dash one. That was my first one. So I don't know if there's like a market there, maybe for vintage ones. This one was a newer one, but still sold for $18 and then went out first class. So back with the sales for Wednesday. Today was a pretty good day, I believe. At least a lot of stuff to pack up here. So we'll go over the numbers. Babe, how did we do?
So we had 11 sales for just under $375.
So pretty good. And a couple things sold overnight, which I love when I list something and then I just listed it and then it's sold by the next morning. So
makes you feel good about listing.
You also sometimes you're like, maybe I underpriced it, but at the same time, if that's what the comps were, or if you're making money, sometimes you don't have to make top dollar and everything. So let's get into it. First item actually sold yesterday, but they finally paid today.
This is a pair of vintage bowling pin earrings. And
there's nothing like special. They're vintage, but they're not like silver or anything like that, from what I can tell.
But they sold for $15 shipped.
So I thought someone might like these, probably like a little bowling league lady.
And next up, we've got, this is one of the sales that sold overnight. This is a Dark Shadows audio drama on CD. We have The Lost Girl and Blind Painter. They are both sealed. And the pair sold for just under $70 shipped.
Now, I bought about 10 or 12 of these at a thrift store for $2 a piece. They're all brand new sealed. I don't usually spend $2 per CD. That's not a price you really want to get in, but I happened to go by the CD section. I'm like, oh, there's a bunch of sealed stuff. And I looked at these and I'm like, well, let me look them up. My original plan was to lot them together because what other people were doing. But I found out that there were some of these, like these two, that were not even listed online anywhere. They hadn't sold. And I found that some of the Dark Shadows ones were going for about 35 shipped if they were a unique one. And there were some going for like 15 shipped. Apparently there were more of those around. So I mimicked those listings and 35 a piece on these. So $2 and $4 and a 70. And those sold to the same buyer. A lot of them will end up going for like 15 or 16. But there's a couple that should go for more than that. So
yep.
That paid for all the CDs that we bought and made profit.
Then at a Camp 2022, we've got a pair of cool pants. These are the silencer pants, and they sold for $45 shipped.
$45, and those were I think 10, so 10 into 45. I'll pay $10 for cool because it always sells. These are last ones.
Yeah. This is our last 3-pack. Yeah, our last 3-pack of the SDSU patches. People literally took them off the shelves, basically.
They sold 4 or 5 of them, and they sold like within a week or two they've all sold, which is crazy.
So those sold for $10 shipped every time.
And we got good feedback on them. So we have one extra, which I'll hold on to because maybe I'll have some other ones somewhere, so I'll look to see. And if not, maybe I'll list one for 10 and see if someone wants it.
Then next up, we got a lot of 2 Tom Swift paperback books from Hirsch numero uno, and those sold for $17 and some change.
Tom Swift books do sell. We've sold them in the past before if you can get a big lot. This was another item we listed.
Yep, another last night listing. This is a Mizuno Supreme baseball glove, and that sold for $45.
And the thing is, normally it has like a little writing in here, but it's worn out. The glove still is okay, but the text is all worn out inside. But I saw that there was like the word Supreme and a couple other things, so that helped me kind of identify it. This was $2. Bought it this past weekend, listed it last night, took a best offer of $45, had it listed at $50, so that was a good one.
Then out of our health and beauty selection, we've got a box of Kate Somerville Exfoliate Glow Moisturizer, sold for $15 and some change.
It was $2, so it should go first class, I think.
Then a $700 manual buy. We have a 2009 Acura TSX ETM, and that sold for $17 shipped.
You would think this would be worth more being 2009, but
it's landscape.
I know, it's always a pain for storing them too because you can't see it on the side.
Then we've got a golf club. This is a Titleist 7-iron, and that sold for $34 shipped.
I think I said this before, with the shipping costs for the clubs, about $10 to $12 FedEx or UPS for us, and we're in the boxes for a little under $2. So about $34 is kind of where I want to be. Now if we spend $5, I'm shipping them with the box cost for about $14. That's $19. That leaves, what, 15 after my fees. I might make 10 bucks in the club. So that's kind of where we want to be going forward. Obviously, even better if we can get them for less money or sell them for more, but not really much lower than that, or, you know, start losing your profits. Hey, bro, watch out.
Then next up, as $10 CD buy, we got a Freddie Hart CD. This is Juke Joint Boogie for 27 and some change.
Not a CD that you probably be like, yeah, for sure, 27 bucks. But the CD 10 buy was awesome. We bought a lot of CDs for 10 bucks and we made hundreds. Usually you want weird, unique CDs that probably a lot of people don't have.
Yep.
You probably don't want Britney Spears, you know, or Kenny Chesney, because those ones probably aren't going to sell.
Then,
Last sale.
This is a yearbook. This is a 1988 Moore Junior High School yearbook from California. Sold for $29 shipped.
And the thing about these yearbooks, guys, is they're slow sellers, but every time they sell, we're just easy money, because usually we pick them up for $1 or $2, or I buy a whole stack of them and they estate sale for 10 bucks, and I'll sell them for 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 60 bucks sometimes. Easy money, definitely slow sellers. You're gonna have to store them, but always cool to find a yearbook, hopefully going to somebody, a family member or someone that graduated. So,
and there are people that look for the famous people on them too.
Yeah.
So.
I sold, I think, only one so far where someone wanted me to find somebody that was famous. That's maybe even before you were around. But most of the time, I have a lot of people ask me, hey, my grandpa graduated, can you check if they're in there? Be careful though, because some people will ask you to take pictures for them and send them, and I don't usually do that.
No,
I'll tell you if they're in there,
pointless.
but yeah, then you don't need the yearbook anymore. I'm not here to just be a resource for everybody to get photos. You know, we're trying to sell it too, but I will tell them if the person's in there or not. So
Yeah.
That's all we got. It's really hot out here, so we're gonna get this packed up, and then we will see you guys with what sells tomorrow, Thursday, in the next clip. Hey guys, we're back with the sales for Thursday. So this is my beautiful wife Linda. You saw the first clip. We sold some stuff. We sold some stuff today too. I don't know how good it is. There's definitely not that many sales. How do we do? What are the numbers?
So we had 8 sales for just under $250.
So definitely, no, we like to get to 300. That's kind of our goal. So today didn't really pan out. One of my friends that watches this, Thursday is always his worst sales day. Usually he gets goose eggs, or if he's going to have a slow day, it's always Thursday. So anyways, there's still a little bit of time left, so maybe something will come through, hopefully. But the rest of the week's been pretty good, so even one day slightly less, we'll take it. Anything you want to say? She hurt her foot today. When you're watching this, it's been after the fact, but she hurt her foot today at church working. So she's a cripple. Anyways, let's see how we did. First item
we got is this pair of FootJoy Green Joys golf shoes. They are a size 8 men's, and they sold for $37.
They're in pretty good shape. A couple little scuffs on them, but overall a lot of life left, you can tell.
Then next up from Camp 2022, we've got Spider-Man for PS4. Sold for $14 shipped.
A nice easy one there.
Then next up we've got a game.
We've sold this a couple times.
Yeah, Cash Flow for Kids. This one is basically in new condition. It is open box, but everything inside is kind of sealed. And then it sold for $60 shipped, and it is going global shipping per
And it
now.
was $3. There's also the regular Cash Flow. That one sells as well. You can sell the parts and pieces too. Linda checked the pieces every time we've had it to make sure they were all there. One time you even printed instructions out for us. We have one without instructions.
It's when I was working at UPS, though, and I printed on nice paper so it looked like a match.
Yeah, so we didn't have instructions, so she went ahead and did that. That's another thing you can do if you don't have them. Print them out, put them in there, say they're printed, but at least it adds a little bit of value. So
Yep.
That was $3.
Then from Hirsch Dose, we've got Lego Dimensions for PS4, game only, sold for $30 shipped.
This is one I think a lot of people might sleep on, because you think some of the dimension stuff not a ton of value, but the game itself, $30. And Hirsch actually reached out to me today. He's coming by tomorrow to drop off his last bit of stuff. No, I think we just sold live sale.
Live sale.
I think they means like no figures. It's just a game.
Okay. Next up, we got from Camp 2021. We've
Last
got
year's
a
vacation.
JVC remote, sold for $8 and some change.
Not bad. Took a while, but it sold.
Then Bestie Buy, we got a pair of Nike Daybreak running shoes.
They're kind of weird looking shoes.
Yeah, they are a women's size, and they sold for $52 shipped, actually.
Pretty good. I think those were $5 or $10.
Then next up, we got a 1998 Marvel X-Men Banshee figure, and he sold for $13 and some change.
The guy that I think his name's Brian, but he bought this for me, and he sent me a message before the sale came through. I just bought this from you, and I'm like, okay. And it took a while, then the sale popped up, and he goes, I said, well, thanks for buying it. We'll ship it out. He goes, okay, thanks for selling it to me, or something like that. I'm like, it was just weird, but it was a nice message. But like, it came through before the sale came through, so That's from one of our deck pile action figure things.
What's CR?
Cash register.
Oh, so Cameron bought all those useless cash register manuals, and he got some Wii games with it. This is Chicken Shoot and Chicken Blaster. Both of them sealed for Wii, sold for 21 and some change.
I paid $2 for these out of that deal. So.
And the live sale is a Atari game.
Should be able to find this.
Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey Mouse. It is from 1983. And it sold for $18 shipped. It is game only, no case and no cover. There it is.
So this is cool because I spent $10 on the Atari and we sold like Ghostbusters and a couple other games already. I haven't sold the system yet, but it works as well. So we made a bunch of money though on just individual cartridges. A lot of Atari games do not have value, but look for like kind of weird stuff that you don't want, like pinball or like, you know, those ones. You want weird, actual, like more games, like more advanced games, kind of. So that's all we got. So we're getting closer to our goal. We only need about $32 more. So we'll see if that comes through. Linda might be back if it does. If not, we'll see you in the next video with what sells this weekend. Thanks, guys.